from here in Prague. We made our way back from Brno to Prague yesterday, and what a time it was. Let us go now and explore Prague. I love the city and I love everything about the journey that we've taken so far. So let us go to our first stop of the day. When we had taken a tour, he was telling the tour guide about the places, and the tour guide was so surprised. He's like, okay, here's my job, you can take over. We are finally here at the Old Town Square. In the last video we were here, but we couldn't explore it due to a huge gathering, due to an ongoing football, my bad. And there were a lot of people, police involved, because people do get a little rowdy, just like any other football match. I was gonna say footy again. I am really intrigued by everything. There's someone making the bell and few other things. I'm so intrigued by this. And there are some food and crates and few stores selling wine. I really can't wait to explore it. So let us take you inside and show you what all you can get to eat. Crepes, and there are some sausages.
It's like a mini market, right?
Yeah, it is like
mini
a mini
square market.
Quite interesting.
So let's find you something to eat first, because you've been cribbing since a very long time.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. I'm famished. I think I've been waiting for food for so long, because I'm like every store that I'm passing by, it's not like Paris that every street has 5 cafes, but every street that we're passing has something really yummy smelling. So I'm like, I really want to eat every time I'm smelling food.
And I'm already loving the weather here in Prague today. I mean,
I think it's 15 degrees.
Yeah, and it's really sunny around here today.
I think there's an ongoing Easter celebration. I can see Easter egg, and there is something spring related. Looks nice, doesn't it? All the flowers on it.
Oh, they're not real, right? No.
Oh, there's an Easter bunny there. And of course we stopped by to get us some chicken. They have something really interesting here.
I mean, you just had something to eat a few minutes back, right?
Yeah, but it looks nice. It looks nice. So let us try this piece. And I think I want to eat, you know, those roly chimneys thing. I think it's called tray. I'm not going to try it. It's a roly thing with chocolate inside. I'm going to have that.
Is that a Charlie Chaplin? Okay. You have potato spirals. Where did she go? My god. You want to eat this?
Yes.
Alright, let's have it. Oh, it smells amazing.
It does, right?
Oh, music's still going on.
So finally we got this skewer looking thing. It looks nice. Let's dig in.
It's smelling good.
Yes, it is. And I got this thing. This was a chimney. What was it called again? Tredlinic. I'm not going to try. It's a chimney cake. It has Nutella and hazelnut inside it, and I love it.
Looks like something else though.
Yeah, like a cave.
And we have the church right here now. To a matter of fact, this is the same church that we saw behind the Prague Castle, like the Prague Castle that we visited in the previous video. So the church behind that, this is the same one that we saw from there, which started building in the 14th century and was completed by the 19th century. Now it has a little bit of history behind it. If I tell you, look at both the towers on that church. You will find the left one is like a bit narrower compared to the right one. So the left one is for the women's, because at that time it was considered that women are inferior to men. So the smaller, like the narrower tower for them, and the wider tower for men. So that was the thinking back in the day. So hence the person who built it that way.
Behind me is the marvelous astronomical clock that you see in all the Prague tourism posters, and why wouldn't you? The clock is marvelous as itself, and there are some details on the second clock. If you can see over there, it shows horoscopes like Cancerian, Leo, which is interesting. because this was, I think, in 14th century, if I'm not wrong.
But more interesting is the story behind it.
The artist who made this clock, he was actually blinded by the king at that time.
His eyes were taken out.
Yeah,
he was
like
castrated.
blinded, and he was castrated, and his hands were chopped off, so he wouldn't be able to recreate a clock like this. And oddly enough, he did recreate a clock
Because
in
the
Germany.
man was a genius, so obviously he created a few more clocks which were there in Germany, but it was destroyed at the time of World War II. So now
They were
this is the
destroyed.
only clock
Yeah.
left.
So whatever the king intended, it worked really well.
He made like 3 more clocks there in Germany.
Yeah, a lot of the, like if you've noticed, a lot of Czech Republic, monuments are preserved because they weren't bombed during World War I and II.
Unlike Germany.
Unlike Germany, which was the center of all the war-related
Chaos.
issues. Yeah.
So let's go onto the top, I think, if we can. And let's see how it is, the views from the top. Would you like to see it?
Do I have to walk?
Yes, I think so.
Then no.
I think it's over there, the tickets on the tower. Alright, and now we are finally inside the tower. Like, we are at the bottom right now to purchase our tickets from here. That's the counter just right there. And we got the tickets, but we can't go upstairs now because we have also taken the guided tour, which is included in the ticket. And if we go upstairs now, we can't come back for our guided tour because it is only a single entry.
The ticket costed us, I think, around 300 kronas each. So 600 in total, which is around 50 Australian dollars, which is not bad because we're getting a guided tour in the service. So I think it's totally worth it, but I'm not yet sure. So I hope the view makes it worthwhile.
And obviously, if you have a student car as well, then it will reduce the price from 300 to 200 per person. So that's much more better.
Yeah, and that's a universal student card. So say if you're a student anywhere in the world, just carry your student card. You never know what discount awaits
And it's
you.
really effective. Like in Europe, if you're traveling and you have an international student ID or something,
Or if
then
you're
you get
below
discounts.
25.
Yes,
Yeah,
if you're
like-
below a certain age or if you're a student, you get discounts on pretty much everything. So make sure you carry your student card as well with you.
Yeah, or a copy of it if you're really scared to lose your ID cards. I would be too.
And one more interesting thing is that at around in the evening, there are probably a show that happens at the Astronomical Clock. I think when it hits about like 5 or 6 every hour. So I'll show you that, but obviously that's going to be in the evening when we come back for the tour. So for now, let's go and head outside and explore a few more places.
We're now inside the Prague Library, and behind me is this sculpture called Idiom. Now this was created in 1998 by an artist named Kren something. It's really difficult to pronounce his name. We're going to try to link it here. And the most interesting part about this is there's a mirror at the bottom, and all the books are layered in a way that it looks like a well from inside and outside, as we saw. And you could see the bottom. So the bottom is where the mirror is, and on top it's sealed off with the books. So just because there's a mirror,
And then on the top, it's a mirror as well.
yeah, so that's why there is a ricochet effect that shows that it's a well full of books. Another interesting part is the oldest book over here is a publishment of the Prague Bible, published in 1488. Can you believe it? 14th century. I would love to get my hands on that book and read it. I mean, it's a Bible, right, from 14th century. But just look at it, and all these the tear shaped that you can see here, it's there for a reason. It's because the light, when you look at a well, the light that reflects in, which is why they've done it on purpose. All the nooks and crannies and every little space.
Let's have a look from the inside as well.
Yeah, I am just taking
Oh my god,
time.
just look at it. It's actually a mirror on both sides.
Yeah, and this is how you know it's a mirror. You can see my phone.
Oh my god. Alright, so I think it's about time now, and I think we should make our way towards the Astronomical
Time to
Tower.
do our tour.
That's right, let's start our tour now And let's go in a hurry. No.
The things on top over there. Do you know the history behind it?
No.
It was something that our tour guide had shared with us. It's the whip that you use to. It's not a whip, it's actually a tree branch that you take and hit on the bosoms of women in your household or outside your household, but only until 12 p.m. because after that you'd be you'd be whipped with a cold bucket of water, and this happens only on Easter. This happens in few other countries as well, like Austria and some other places, but it's
I think we're gonna try that in Australia now.
let's try that in Australia and see how that goes down. We are inside the tower right now and about to head to the viewpoint, and we're taking a lift. I thought we would be walking, and I'm so happy that
There is a place to walk as well, like all the way around.
And you know who's the champion? You are. You can walk all the way up whilst I take the elevator.
Oh, I know. I think I'll be taking the elevator too.
Really?
My God! Like, look at the way the elevator is designed.
Yeah. No,
And here comes the elevator.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Let's show you how it is.
I think if we had come here in the daytime, we would have been able to see things better. What do you think?
Yeah, but still.
And that's the clock over there that we just passed by, and at the viewpoint. Whoa. The tower is actually the second part of our tour. We took we went underground to see some interesting history of this old town square building, and we learned so much about Prague and when it was originally founded. The Czech Republic earlier was known as Bohemia, and the name now has stuck through as Czechia or Czechia, but people over here recognize themselves as people from Czech Republic. It's pretty interesting to know so much about their place and the culture and the country, but I am distracted by the view from here.
So I think we should head down.
I don't think we can see it, but our eyes can. So let's head down.
And if you're here, do explore the council chambers and the underground as well, because it's amazing.
It's amazing, and what's even better to know is that this place was under fire during 1900s. There was a tank that came through and destroyed the first part of this tower.
And you can see the windows opened and
we just finished watching the small spectacle of a show. It was underwhelming, but let's not go over there. This was built years and years ago and it is still working, so bravo to that. However, what is more interesting is the skeleton over there.
The skeleton that you see right next to the astronomical clock.
Yeah, the interesting part is it was built to tell you or to tell the viewers that you are closer every hour to your death. So
Every hour when the bell rings, the skeleton moves around.
Yeah, and it just goes to the back and then comes back for 5 minutes. And it's really ironic, you know, like you're closer
telling
to
you that you're 1 hour closer to your death.
or death awaits you our night may have come to an end, but the Easter market is still ongoing. We had a blast at the Easter market, the Old Town Square, and especially going up the tower, learning about the history of Prague. What I'm shook about the entire thing was the Czech Republic has had its name changed 3 times. Can you believe that? It is not Czech Republic in officiality. It is actually Czechia, right? Am I pronouncing it correct?
Right.
Yeah. So it was known as Bohemia earlier, and since then it has had name shifts. But the night must go on. Thank you so much for staying tuned while we explored Prague. We really hope you guys enjoyed watching us as much as we enjoyed roaming the streets of Prague, and the vibe was just phenomenal. Yeah. See, you just stole the words right out of my mouth. Let's see you guys
in the next one.
Ciao.